Wait a minute. Don't give up so easy. I'll teach you.
I knew you wouldn't go out on me like that.
I'll teach you.
Yo, come on, man.
I started loving movies early as a kid. I think the posters were my favorite part and how they helped me cultivate my own storytelling abilities. Plus, it was just something about sitting in the theater that made me feel like I could escape the world on just a thought. I hardly ever had enough money for the theater though. Sometimes me and my friends Daniel and Modo would go to the Everblack during the matinee and sneak in through the exit doors. But most days, Daniel's granddad would drive us to the video store and then we'd watch movies on Daniel's VCR. It actually sparked one of my favorite games as a kid. After a movie was over, we'd choose from the characters, then we'd do our best to act it out on the block. The last time we ever played that game together, we rented a movie called Stand By Me, which was about a completely different me and a group of friends who went on a journey down the railroad in search of a dead body. Conveniently, there were train tracks right on the corner of our block, so as the credits rolled, we looked to each other knowing we were about to set off on an adventure of our own. I don't think we were ever looking for a dead body though. I mean, I had actually seen one before. I just think we started getting fascinated where the train took people. During our trip, we even seen the video store Daniel's granddad would take us to. I never realized where they went. I guess I always felt like they were connected to the block. After a while, it seemed like we had been walking forever, and it was getting late. Daniel was older than us, so his curfew went well into the nighttime. Plus, it never seemed like he got in trouble for anything. Modo was a year younger than me, and we both could hardly leave off the block, so I knew our moms were worried sick. And by worried sick, I mean most likely we were coming home to big belts and switches rather than long hugs and kisses. The streetlights had been shining way before we made our return trip, so by the time we got back, it was a small search party on the hunt for us. Modo was nervous, but I told him not to fret and that I had an idea. As they approached us, I walked up first and began to spit out the most elaborate story, full of precise and colorful details. And even though I was able to captivate them with my meticulous delivery, my premise was weak.
Boy, ain't no way.
Because I basically told them that we were in a long line at the Stumpy's Corner store. And when I finished my tale, Modo's mom walked off from me and grabbed Modo by his arm. Then Daniel and I watched as Modo got a whooping all the way back home. And as I turned back to my own mama taking off her belt, I just came clean, because at that point, I was hoping the truth could set me free. Modo said he couldn't sit down for a week, but he was back outside the next day. While even though I evaded the spanking, I was on a 2-week punishment for my tall tale. I don't get to see Modo or Daniel as often as I did back then, but we still keep in touch. And even though that was our last time playing a movie game together, due to my future trail of mischief, I often ended up reenacting House Party alone.